What's up, everybody? Oh man, I can't speak today. What's up, everybody? Don DiMato here, and welcome to Codecast Live. Came back from vacation, so I'm got to get back into the swing of things. Also started a new gig, so hopefully everything goes off without a hitch today. Today, I decided that we're going to talk about template tags. A template tag is a special HTML tag that you could use to do some really cool things. So let's just go right into that kind of thing. Let's go into the code here. All right, so the link is up here as it is below in the description. And a template tag in HTML just kind of looks like this. Template, just like this here, and then template like this. And what you'll notice about this particular tag is that when I put HTML in it, let's do a header in here, like this, and let's say, title. And I'll put a paragraph in here that says the quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. And once I do that, you'll see that, well, there's no result here inside of the HTML. And that's not because CodePen is screwing up over here. That's because the template tag actually doesn't render its HTML inside of it. It won't actually render anything in here. Now, you're probably wondering, well, what's the point of having a tag that doesn't render anything? Well, the point of this is for you to actually reuse the stuff that's inside of it. So if I wanted to reuse this title over and over again inside of my HTML, I could do that using a little bit of JavaScript. So let's do that. Let's make a main element here where we'll put all of our stuff. So we'll say main, main. Okay, so now all the elements that we create are going to be sitting inside of this main element in a moment. All right, so first off, we're going to get a reference to the template, and we're just going to say var template, and we're going to say document query selector template. Okay, so that's getting the template, getting a reference to the template. Now what we should be able to do is actually clone the contents of the template as many times as we want, but we'll just do it one time for right now. So we're going to say var clone, and we're going to say template clone. Actually, it should be template contents, I think. We'll take a look at that in a minute. Actually, no, wait, sorry. We have to clone the node first. Oh gosh. Let's try to clone the node first. I might have to look this up. We'll say true to get all the stuff inside of it. And then it should be content, I believe, that will put it in there. And then what we'll do is we'll get a reference. Actually, we'll put the reference up here because I like putting my references at the top of the page. Var main equals document query selector main. Okay. And now if I say main append child clone, we should see. There it is. Great. So we could see the actual title and the content in here, which is really nice. So now let's say you wanted to clone, like make several of these things on the page. This would be good for like, components or whatnot as you put them on the page. So you'd have one template that defines what the HTML for that component is, and you can clone it a whole bunch of times. So let's make a quick little function that creates a clone of our template. So let's say function create and append. Okay, just like that. And we're gonna say clone here. So we'll do that. And then we're gonna do main append child this. Okay, so now I have a function that will do those two operations. The first thing it's going to do is actually going to create the clone and get the contents of that clone. Okay, and then the contents over here are going to be appended to our main element. All right, so now I could do that as many times as I want. So I could do that in a for loop. I could do that with a for each. Actually, let's do a regular for loop. All right, so just to get a practice of our for loops here, we'll say var I equals 0, I is less than, let's go with 5, and then I plus plus. Okay, so that means there'll be 5 of these. So now we'll do the function create an append, just like this, and we should get it 5 times. There it is. Okay, so we have it 5 times. So now we've made a copy of this template 5 times in our particular page, which is pretty cool. If you're not familiar with the for loop syntax, we'll go over that in another video. But for right now, you just get the idea of you kind of have this initializer here, then our conditional that we check for each time, and then the incrementer that happens at the end of each loop. So we're going to do this the 5 times. So it goes from like 0 to 4, and then at 5 it'll stop. Anyway, so we have the 5 here. And that's pretty much it. That's all I wanted to really show you today. I think the important thing about this is that you can, again, put some markup on the page that you want to reuse. That could be something like some kind of drop down, or some kind of form, or anything that you really want to reuse. And reuse is really important, I think, in terms of development, because you don't want to repeat yourself. You want to keep everything dry, so it's don't repeat yourself. That's what dry stands for in development, DRY. And so that's a really great way of you not repeating yourself, is to have some markup that you only write once in the page, and then have it actually rendered when you need it on that page and be reused. So this works really well for more complex parts of layout, or complex parts of HTML structures. It probably wouldn't work so good if you just had a button, because it probably makes more sense to just render the button. But for things that have a lot of layout pieces, like H1s and paragraphs and buttons and images and all of this stuff, maybe like a good idea might be making a card and duplicating that card across some kind of gallery. So that might be a really good way of using it. But those are the kind of things that you could do with template, is just kind of showing off, or saving some markup in order for you to reuse later as a duplicate kind of thing. So that's pretty much it. Hope that it was pretty cool for you to look at. And if you have any questions, leave them in the comments, and I'll talk to you guys next week. Thanks a lot for coming. Later.